Hello everyone, welcome to episode 16 of my Stasis playthrough. Hope you're all doing good. Now in the last episode we entered this weird experimentation torture area and we read a load of logs on this computer terminal, and now we need to investigate this room. We should be getting closer to our daughter by now. Can we click on this pregnant woman?
Don't worry, I'm here.
Oh, he's talking to her.
I'm gonna help you. Soon you'll be out of here. This is just a bad dream.
Oh, John is really suffering seeing these people. Seated in the chair is a woman in her mid-30s, head shaved, limbs atrophied, tumescent in pregnancy. She's connected to a machine that feeds and sedates her. Power cell. This lithium-ion fuel cell provides high-density energy storage and remote wireless charging. Can we click on that? Oh, there's another lock. This is very similar to the lock we saw in the other room. Pregnant woman. She is trying to communicate.
I'm here to help. I'm gonna help you. Just close your eyes.
What did we just pick up? Bandage. Uh-huh. Okay. And there's another pregnant woman here. This is so
Just
awesome.
breathe in and out. Soon you wake up from this.
What do we need to do? Hybrid fetus. An organic pulsating fluid sac holds the fetus. An external placenta. There is something noticeably peculiar about this artificial placenta. On closer inspection, there are tiny, ragged apertures across its surface, almost as if it's been eaten at from within. Ew. There's a calmness about the suspended womb, but the pungent smell of amniotic fluid makes prolonged observation unbearable. The sac of organic matter sways peacefully in its slumber, punctuated by a pulsating movement. The fluid sac rocks gently to and fro. The awful engorged placenta hangs like a ripened fruit. So what else do we have in here? Portable gurney. There has to be something I need to do in here. Can we put the bandage on this one?
I don't think this will fit.
No. Machinery. Machinery. I wonder if we can do something with this power cell. Let's try and use this high temperature slug gun here.
Maybe if it... No, that won't work.
Okay, so I don't know if there's anything else we can do in there. Let's leave here. Look out for this guy who's roaming around trying to kill everything he sees. Mutagen laboratory. Here we go. Whoa, what the heck is that? A hideous agglomeration of flesh and bone. Limbs jut haphazardly from its mass. It sports a human head that gurgles out of sync with the pulsing of its other parts. There's a PDA. Let's try and figure out what's going on in here. Dr. Clifford Backman. January 16th. They said I'd never make it to 60. Ha! 85, you fuckers. Old and still cooking with gas. 3 bastard kids and I outlived them all. Okay, so I was young when I had them. Those girls never even knew I was the father, of course. I had to switch to DNA samples so they didn't know the little shits were mine. I'm too old for all that, but you never completely lose your eye for ladies. That is true. I might have false teeth, Dr. Milan, but I'm no moron. For the good of humanity, I'm a sociopath. An alleged rapist of women. What? But your little speech to the crew was less sincere than anything I could say with a straight face. At least you know how to turn a blind eye. Whenever I have to get rid of troublesome subjects, right, Milan? At least you know how to turn a blind eye, okay. The new gas for the chambers is working splendidly. An improved kill rate of 60% on the old formula. I watch those poor fuckers writhe and die. We have a viewing window now, just so we can make sure it's done. If I were a moral man, I'd call it perverse. It's lucky for Project Seed that I couldn't give a shit. I thrive when I don't have to answer to everyone with a conscience. March 17th. This will not do. Not at all. I need more subjects. The rejection ratio of the DNA splicing is stratospheric. So not only do I need more bodies, but I need better ones. They bring me imports and strays, but the best results are achieved with crew members. One cannot prey too often on those, of course, no matter the need. My chosen ones were always those who wouldn't be missed. The furnaces are inadequate for my disposal requirements. I'm told they're so hot that they could destroy dark matter. They seem slow to respond when burning flesh though, and the smell is hardly pleasant either. It reminds me of that injured dog that I found as a little boy growing up in Missouri. It looked at me with a pleading look, the kind a sick patient gives a doctor they trust absolutely. Naturally, I stomped on the mongrel's head. It was a mercy. There are too many in society who have a similarly damaged disposition. It's a kindness to snuff out their worthless lives. Wow, this guy's deluded. August 12th. I must get more pathway. That little prick DeSantos is usually more than forthcoming with its ingredients, but he says his own suppliers are having problems. I know you, DeSantos. I know you're not a real doctor. I know the kind. I have 5 PhDs and I can tell when men have been hired for their instincts rather than their knowledge. Meanwhile, the cutting and splicing continues. Oh, and Charlotte, we all know about your little experiment, you stupid bitch. First, she kills her partner by accidentally exposing him to a lethal virus, and then she goes gaga for him. That's the sort of beautiful incompetence that slays me. I spent years perfecting the art of the kill, making a murder appear a mishap, and she went and did it all completely by accident. What perfect nonsense. October 10th. I held a subject down today and used my surgical hammer to cave in his windpipe. Then I gouged out his eyes and tried to rip his jaw from its socket. My goodness, what an outburst. I'm becoming careless. I need more pathway. What is this pathway? Dr. Milan is starting to worry that my tendencies cannot be controlled. He need not worry. I'm still focused on seed. Seed is still just that, a seed, but this chrysalis will soon break open and blossom. The successfully bred Homo novi wait in their containment cells, while their unsuccessful brethren, reduced to a viral mulch that's already breached the containment seals of the ship, grow. Its genetic makeup might be little more than trash, but it is astoundingly tenacious. I have to respect that which kills with such efficiency. November 12th. I woke up in the emergency room today. Somebody found me on the stairs. I can't remember much. What I do know is that both my fucking legs are up in casts. I better get comfortable because Dr. Graham says I'll be in here for at least a month. I wonder if he gets operated on. December 23rd. We die as the Novi cut us down, but I'm not ready to be replaced by a new species. Our creations are impressive, but I don't share Milan's fanaticism for what is happening here. I must try to make sure one of the lifeboats is available for me. A shame there was not another for that delectable young thing. What was her name? Callister? I would have liked to have her around when this ship was going to hell. She's dead, however. How unfortunate. January 3rd. I may be old, but I'll tear anyone who tries to stop me from leaving apart at the limbs. I have survived police investigations, court cases, vengeful spouses, and idealistic lab hands. I will gut any shitbag trying to prevent my escape, and that includes you, Milan. I will jab out your eyeballs and eat them before I submit to you. Whoa, that's pretty nasty. Machinery. This must be where diagnostics for experiments are reviewed. Pulsating mass. Can we do anything with this?
Can you hear me? Do you know where you are?
Okay, it's not responding. Recent blood discharge. Conjoined twin hybrids. Let's see if we can click on those.
How can we allow this?
This is the purpose of the Groomlake. It's not on Earth. People can't see it, so they don't care.
But if they knew?
So what?
It's often the case. If people can't see what's going on, then they don't care. Power cell. There's another one of these omega signs going this way now. Power cell. Overgrown hybrid. This appalling distended creature appears to be a hybrid, although of what is unknown. It is not completely human, that much is absolutely certain. Computer terminal.
If they were more open, this wouldn't happen.
Open to who? The people? Governments?
Other corporations.
What cost?
A bit of our humanity, I suppose.
Whoa, okay. The corpse of a creature hangs preserved. It may have been a twin. Two heads are fused together and a pair of spines meets. Each spine wraps around the other like a gnarled mountain range. Readout screens. Test results flash across the screen. Ooh, terminals. What can we do with these? Mutagen laboratory. Hybrid reject 604. Ooh. What? I clicked on that and it did something. What did it do? Report by Dr. C. Williams. Okay. He looks like he's doing something when I click on these, but what? Alright. During the autopsy of Hybrid 604, there were signs of renal failure. It appears the kidneys were unable to process the amino acids required for the breakdown of nutrients. The damage to the liver, stomach, and intestines shows the same degenerative patterns. Reason? It is possible that the report of the mother giving birth 3 months prior was an error. Comment. Further reports regarding the failure of mutagenic compounds will be finalized later. Let's look at this terminal. Mutagen laboratory. Hybrid reject C. Subject died during birth. It can only be surmised that death was due to a failing in the host, as all reports and tests leading up to the birth showed no signs of fetal defect. Upon further investigation of the woman's medical history, it was noted that she experienced complications when giving birth to a child previously. This host would not have been used had this been highlighted. In light of her medical history, I now assume this was the cause of the fetal distress and death of the subject. Note: host is being kept alive and has undergone 1 transfusion. Recommendation: revoke host's life support order and dispose of body with hybrid reject C. How about this one? A report by Dr. G. Milan. A highly unusual form of rejection, such as has not been observed before, manifested in this hybrid. It is entirely possible that the mutagenic compounds used to synthesize the hybrid DNA was faulty in this particular instance. Usually, with any rejection, there is a sign of initial bonding and then a breakdown, but in this case, there was absolutely no bonding attempted whatsoever. Given the thoroughness with which we create the DNA, I suspect that the centrifuge machine for this particular batch was faulty. Yeah, blame the machine. A good mechanic always blames bad mechanic always blames his tools. Repair and a maintenance check of the machine is ordered immediately. Recommendation: destroy what remains and also destroy the fetus. Ooh, eviscerated corpse, slayed open human body, conjoined mass.
Oh, the stench. How long have they been here?
Alright, there's another PDA here, so let's try to piece more of this together. Dr. Marvin DeSantos, March 2nd. Man, that bitch from shipping won't get off my back. You fuck a girl real good and she just comes crawling back. If she doesn't get out my hair, I'll have her moved off ship. Dr. Milan is a prick, but he looks after me like that. I gotta say, Dr. Milan's like a pimp, actually. I gotta say, being on Project Seed is awesome, man. Okay, so we gotta do some pretty noxious shit. But in exchange, I get a lot of protection and an honorary title. Dr. DeSantos. I like it. Dr. Milan knows about my contacts and private cargo that arrives on board, and I know he hates it, but there ain't nobody else prepared to work under Dr. Bachman. That guy is one twisted fuck, and also one of my best customers. I get imports, sure, but my own private lab is what manufactures Bachman's pathway shit. Funny, I never realized how dependent these smartasses of science are on drugs. Personally, never touch the stuff. You gotta have your wits about you, man, especially around here. May 15th. Wow, Dr. Williams, Charlotte. I never would have figured that uptight woman was a slut, but holy hell, she just gave me the ride of my fucking life. Who'd have thought it? Slinky lace under that lab coat of hers, and for a woman in her mid-40s, a body that makes you want to get on your knees and howl at the moon. Against the table, pressed up against the viewport windows, on top, underneath, like a friggin' rattlesnake. Of course, she's Looney Tunes. Probably thinks I'm her dead husband or something. Like I care, as long as she keeps coming to me to fulfill her needs. Crazy but smart, and she has no idea how much I know about her little project. I saw the details. People just think I'm a smack-talking smartass. But I've been training on the Groomlake since I was 16. I studied chemistry and genetics. Aced all of it, too. She thinks I'm too stupid to understand. Next. September 9th. Thinking I could have gotten myself in too deep here. The drug thing was fine, but this whole industrial espionage thing is kind of freaky. I don't think Dr. Milan knows. I know Lincoln watches me with an eagle eye, but he can't know for sure. If he did, he'd eject my ass from the ship with the rest of the failed hybrids. But goddamn, the money is good. I earned my year's salary by sending some info to Black Star Industries. My contact gave me more money than I could conceive for leaking one report. One! I met the guy while I was on leave. He was a smug dickhead who somehow knew what I did, and then he flashed the cash. I've got no loyalties to the company, and I know how Dr. Milan treats loyal staff. That guy can turn on a dime when it suits him. I've heard of weird shit going on down in the decks below, and Seed has me feeling it'll soon be time to get the hell out of Dodge, pronto. 1 or 2 more reports might just give me what I need. Next. November 20th. Nobody knows about my little acts of espionage. But who'd care? This ship is falling apart. Some of those fucked up things that Bachman and Milan made are on the prowl. I stashed away my cash as soon as I heard things were going wrong. But money ain't gonna make a spit's worth of difference if we all get killed. Milan's taking all this way too calmly. Actually, I'd say he's enjoyed all this. He came into the lab this morning. He still makes us all report to the lab. And was grinning the whole damn time, his eyes all red like he was coming down from a high. That guy does not need drugs for a high. His general fucked upness is what he rides. And here was me thinking Bachman was the crazy one. February 1st. It's just us. Oh God. Not even Bachman's around now. Charlotte was dragged away to the labs a few days ago. We're sealed off from the other decks. I reckon it's only a matter of time before Milan decides to do something about me too. I've been living on this ship for years. I know about hidden passages that even Milan doesn't know about. I'll get over to the communications array and let off a signal. Hopefully they'll get to us before Dr. Milan finds out. Interesting, but I don't know if there's anything in here we can do. Pulsating mass of flesh and bone. I kind of feel like I should be doing something here. Maybe we can put a bandage on this guy.
This isn't gonna work.
High temperature slug gun. Queen's milk. Let's try and give it some milk.
I think that would break.
Okay. Alright, we're heading out again. Can we avoid that little machine gun thing? I think somehow we need to get down here. Here comes the robot. Run! Back to the birthing laboratory. Well, that certainly was an eye-opener. There's some really freaky characters on board this ship. Pretty much makes it unstable. But for now, I'm gonna leave you all in suspense and await what happens in the next episode. I'm pretty sure we gotta do something with these power cells, but what? I'm gonna try and figure that out. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Please keep your comments coming. I'm loving the support you're giving me so far. And if you want to share my videos with anyone on forums and friends, it'd be amazing. Get some more people on board to subscribe and check out my videos. Thanks, everyone. See you very soon.